What we have here is truly a treasure of its own. It's finds its current home at the Vancouver Public Library. It's the Atlas of Treasure Maps, a fantastic book, an inspiration for all treasure hunters, especially when they're young. Anyway, cut. So here we have a treasure map of so-called the southwestern United States. And if you take a look at this, you can see all the various locations marked all over the place, all across the states. The little circles and numbers tell you what they are in the index. How many of these are real and how many of them are absolute complete nonsense. That's what your first job is to determine when you go start looking for lost treasure in reality. Which ones are true and which ones are nonsense. When the V-25 bomber crashed, the day that it crashed, this is the weather in the paper. Snow and rain and a front that's snow and rain, ice rain. So it took the V-25 bomber out of the sky. There's the weather forecast that day. If you keep heading up this road, eventually where you come to is you'll come to Ross Lake, which is in the States. Well, half of it's in the States anyway. And just before you get there, there's a place called Steamboat Mountain, or Napupakan Creek. A long time ago, I tried to take a trip up there. There was a false gold rush at Steamboat Mountain. Apparently, a bunch of prospectors were up there and they found some gold, but it wasn't good enough, so they did the old, the oldest trick in the book: fire pieces of gold into the rock, make it look richer than it was. So they took out a sample, and as soon as word got out in Hope that there was this new strike in Steamboat Mountain, there was a massive surge up here, a staking rush. Oh look, there's a big grader coming. Doesn't kill us. Only two of them. Anyway, there's a massive staking rush up there. There's a whole town built up there, Steamboat Mountain. And they went about their way trying to mine the place, and they realized there was no ore there. Nothing. So basically everything got abandoned. The whole town, and it's up there, and it's in the boonies, and nobody goes there. It's the lost city of Steamboat Mountain, literally. Now if you go way up there on that waterfall, up there's a trail. The trail starts just down a ways. That trail leads to Eureka Peak, and sitting on the top of Eureka Peak are two basically abandoned mines. No one's been up there. It is under claim, but barely anybody goes up there because it's quite a trek to get to. We tried to go up there ourselves, got really close, but got lost on the way up there. Couldn't find the mine shafts or the remainders of whatever settlement is up there. So if you're feeling adventurous, you should try to get to the top of Eureka Mountain along Silver Creek up near Hope. There could be a lost treasure. See, the key when hiking in this situation is not to look down. Follow this red trail out of here. So, welcome to the jungle. It's really incredible how rivers change over the course of time, especially ones that haven't been on in a very long time like this one. Anyway, what we're doing here in the middle of the jungle here is somewhere up here in these ruins, in this forest, there's a ghost town. Oh, well, town might be stretching it. Ghost camp, maybe, would be a better way to say. So we're the Winslow Creek, and this is some old guy who's living in the bush in his bus where he lives. How very into the wild.
That's quite quad though when it's running, eh?
Turn your headlights off.
Huh?
Turn your headlights off. Yep. Yeah, they're what you think.
So this is the guy's bus where he's living. He's got an old stove. It's like just like Into the Wild.
That's a nice stove,
Have you seen Into the Wild, man?
too. Yep.
Look at this bus. How much does it remind you of that?
That's pretty story. Oh, he's got a stove in here too. He's got 2 stoves. That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
So what's he growing?
Well,
You can't even tell what it
it
is.
was tomatoes, but I think it's weed.
I think it's weird.
I want to actually see if you can actually see them.
I know it. I've got a little map I got a map at home of the actual gold occurrences there, right? So, you know, me and my memory, I kind of forgot the map, but I remembered exactly where the occurrences are if we were to get there. Here we go, crossing the river.
Yeah, great. Film me falling in.
I'll cut it if you fall in.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Yeah, actually the flower gold they had in that pan was half decent, eh?
Oh, really?
It was real tiny, right? But there was...
Well, we'll have to go up there sometime too. Boy,
You know close. Yeah, that 79 Hill cracks
First question
not
I'll
far
ask
from
you,
here.
what are you driving? Where's your truck? Where's your car? Oh, it's up there, that white one. Oh, okay.
That's okay, I'll have
You
audio,
will
video, but
get
no
charged
sound.
for it. Yeah. We want that truck. You can give us the keys. Yeah, you will.
Like a fire hose.
It's going good, eh?
I gotta set it up down here. I need to have that little extra drop. Oh man, now it stopped. Did it come out of the water?
Does it come out of the water? Is it in the water still?
Yeah, but that's a better. Put it in better.
Okay, go for it. He's gonna
What's he doing?
put it in better, he said.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of out of the water a bit.
Just gotta block the end a little bit.
All right, we just went through our concentrates and we got one, well, half decent piece of gold out of there. Yeah, we got one piece of gold out of our little operation there, but it's not a
We
bad
got some
chunk.
good rock samples. We tried some blasting in the creek. The rock samples look promising, but you know, you never know. Yeah, it was a good day. We didn't strike it rich or anything, but you know, had a good time. So that's what matters, I suppose. Right, out.
I don't know, he seemed to have a pretty good memory for a guy who was 80 anyway. Well, I did have.
The brave modern prospectors coming back from the diggings.
Okay, good.
Was it worth the effort?
I hope so.
I can take a tug anywhere on the coast. Just here by the mountains.
So there we are at the lab, Mike's lab. We're Chris processing gravel from Kanaka, and Mike's processing gravel from a classified location. Anything to say?